Hi, my name is Khasira Martin, and I will be doing my oral presentation on the Great Jamaica Kinset. Kinset's background. Jamaica Kinset was born on May 15th, 1949, in St. John's, Antigua. Being brought into this precious world, Jamaica was born by Roderick Potter and Annie Richardson. Originally, Kinset was known as Elaine Potter Richardson. She was a Caribbean American writer whose stories, books, and essays were portrayed by the experience of her family's relationship and fellow Antigua. Jamaica considered in the aspects of nurturing and cultivation. Jamaica's mother was known as a housewife and homemaker. Her stepfather was a carpenter. As a result, her mother transitioned into a cultured homemaker. Jamaica's mother also served dear to her, until their relationship was affected by her mother having three more boys, clearly serving as brothers of Jamaica. Furthermore, Kinset's emotions felt abandoned and neglected, and the relevance of certain aspects began being left behind. Happiness over everything. Kinset's mother, Annie Richardson, had a strong passion for writing, so she produced a story based on Kinset and passed it to her in narration and visualization. Following that, Kinset then yearned a passion for writing as well, just like her mom. On the other hand, her father became sick, and the scenes behind the family were tugged at and difficult. Annie then had another baby that made her withdraw from school to make things a little bit easier and less complicated. Being the 17-year-old she was, Jamaica traveled to New York as a casual laborer to support her family and left her family behind. However, she came right back after 20 years. Ugly. You gotta love yourself. As an au pair in New York, Jamaica Kinset was also a secretary, a model, and a backup singer. In 1970, she was the face of the name Wild Child. This was an effect of her bleaching her hair. In 1979, she married Alan Shawn, gave birth to two children, Annie and Harold, but she was only married until 2002. Degree, education, and congratulations are in order. Jamaica Kinset obtained her education with the British education system. Jamaica was enrolled in night classes in New York at their community college in the year of 1965. She studied photography. She also attended Franconia College with a full-ride scholarship located in New Hampshire. Yet, she withdrew after the first year. In 1972, her name was changed to Jamaica Kinsaid because nobody believed in her and her writing. And of course, she didn't want anybody to know that she was writing based off the fact what others thought of her and the way that the opinions affected her and her thinking about herself. A book is a dream that you hold in your hand. Pertaining to the resources of Goodreads, Jamaica Kinsey was the author of 63 books, but here are the top 10 that most people read: A Small Place, Lucy, Annie John, The Autobiography of My Mother, At the Bottom of the River, My Brother, Girl, See Now Then, Mr. Potter, and Mr. Gardner. The main idea tells it all. Girl depicts the betrayal of her mother, who portrays the life lessons of a respected young lady today. She uses the tone of bossiness and boldness to instill the seriousness behind the standards. The autobiography of my mother is about the death of the main character, Jamaica Kinset's mother. It contradicts itself within the time Jamaica went into self-exile. My brother viewpoints the statistics of a life purpose behind it. It talks about Kinset's brother, Devon Drew, and the fact that he deals with AIDS. It summarizes the fact that Kinsey left home as a teenager, but is now convinced to come back home when she receives the news of her baby brother. At the bottom of the river exemplifies the parent versus child ratio, nature, and feminine characteristics. It depicts the appreciation of life and how we should attempt to adapt to the challenges handed to us. Contributions to society. Jamaica usually contributed to the New Yorker for 4 years before she began producing fiction. Her first story was The Face of the Page on June 26, 1978. Annie John pushed her to move to England, and her first collection of short stories gave her the ability to win the Morton Devil Zabel Award of the American Academy Institute of Art and Letters. She was rewarded the Guggenheim Fellowship Award in 1989, and she received honorary degrees from Williams College and Long Island College in 1930 regarding Lucy. She was a highly prolific writer who wrote about the relationship between the mother and daughter connection. Jamaica Kincaid earned reputable place in the category of literary for her personal, stylistic, and honest writings. Today, Kinsey is now a visiting lecturer on African American studies, as well as English and American literature and language at Harvard University. Here we have the work cited on my presentation, and I thank you for watching it.